What's happening, beautiful people? Leroy Kenton here. You're watching FTD News, the channel where we collect the news and spit it back to you in a more entertaining way. So, first story in this episode, we go to the internet, right? And the internet never lets us down because we have puppy girl Jenna. We're gonna be talking about this woman. She has made over $1 million in the span of 1 year, all for pretending to be a dog. Now, Jenna says that she enjoys the whole industry and the interest around puppy play, where people pretend to be dogs for different thrills and just that excitement of that experience. Yeah, it's a real thing. And in an interview on the No Jumper YouTube channel, the video was posted on July 30th, 2021, she talks a whole lot about this.
If you appeal to a super niche amount of people, even though it's super niche, there's millions of people who are willing to pay because they can't find it anywhere. Okay, bro, like, it's not that serious. I'm just trolling you. You know, I'm just like having a good time. Like, I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not doing anything bad. I cannot believe that you're so upset over this.
And guys, as weird as this sounds, I'll comment more on the weirdness about this real soon. But hey, I think she's actually pretty smart because, you know, at first she started with some vanilla content, and she realized that OF is very, very, very saturated with just vanilla stuff. So she decided to jump in her niche and create a buzz around it, you know, pique people's interest, and that's when the big bucks started to come. Now, I do have to say that this was a little bit weird when I first heard about this, because I'm like, are people literally viewing dogs like this? Like, my faith in humanity was dead. Then I realized, I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it's just the fact that, you know, guys get to still pay to see a woman not wearing anything, and doesn't matter how she's acting as long as they get what they're paying for. So I'm like, okay, yeah, well, at least I hope that's what it is and nobody's looking at dogs like this. And you see, reactions like this is what she really depends on, because she says that she taps into controversy and, you know, trolling people in order to gain more followers. It's a tactic that she uses. And in her own words, she said this, and I quote, "The way that we market it is kind of by trolling people. So we make these outlandish videos and there's so much fun to do. And we kind of get people riled up, and there's a percentage of people who come to my page and see my OnlyFans. I'm like, I'm just having a good time. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not doing anything bad. I cannot believe that you're so upset over this." So really, it's nothing to be taken seriously or being hurt by, because she's admitting that she's trolling people, and they're still paying her to be trolled. Just goes to show you that we're living in a different times, and regardless of what you do, there's a shot at being successful in it. So if there's anything that we can learn from this story, is that follow your dreams, because anything is possible. If someone can make over $1 million pretending to be a dog, anything's possible.
Hey friends, we hope you're enjoying our new spin on FTD News.
If you have enjoyed the videos and the laughs that are sure to follow,
then you have to come and check out
our newest channel, FTD Reacts.
FTD Reacts is a channel where we really have fun
and react to some of the wildest things on social media
and just in social world in general.
If you're a fan of any of these platforms,
this is the channel for you.
We can promise you'll be laughing and entertained for hours.
Check out what we mean.
Yeah. Oh! Well, yeah, it's a boy.
Oh!
It moved! Dude, they're making fun of us because we type a lot and we use a lot of emojis.
Oh!
It's always a good time at FTD Reacts.
So make sure to check us out, like, subscribe, and ring that bell to stay up to date for all future videos.
And the story I'll end off on is getting a whole lot of chatter, especially on TikTok. Here's a mom that she's charging her 7-year-old son rent, and she charges him for various different bills like Wi-Fi and electricity. The story brings us over into Orlando, Florida in the United States. And this TikTok mom breaks down all the bills into about $100 per year. And when her son does daily tasks, and when he completes all his chores and everything, she pays him $1 per day. Then he saves that up, and then cha-ching, at the end of the month, gotta hand over some rent. This is also teach him the responsibility of money. And I actually think that this makes a whole lot of sense because, you know, a lot of times people think, well, kids are just kids, and we sort of just dismiss them and not take what they're doing so seriously because we're so interested in them being kids. That's all great and everything, but at the same time, you know, there are still some creative ways like this mom is doing to teach some responsibility. And I think maybe more and more of this would change the trend of kids growing up these days who they completely mismanage money. It's not really taught in schools. So in order to teach your child financial education, sometimes you gotta just start at home. Even commenters on TikTok are very divided over this. Some people are like, they absolutely disagree with what she's doing. Let her kid just be a kid. You know, he's never gonna get these years back again. While others side with my opinion and say that, well, this actually is pretty helpful. Just as long as it's not something that's like super overbearing, but like, you know, you're paying your child an allowance of $1 a day, you're breaking down the bills, you know, very easily, and they're getting to understand the value of work and responsibility at a very young age, and still being able to be a kid and still play with the toys and play with friends and all of that. So I say it's a win-win. All right, guys, so that's all I have for you in this episode. Thanks for hanging out with me here on FTD News. This is a channel where we collect the news and spit it back to you in a more entertaining way. I'll catch you guys in the next one.